Well, I initially when I received treatments for the one night video, it was stuff that was like very literal, or it just seemed like kind of like, you know, regular R&B girl stuff. And my favorite movie Set It Off, and so I always said that I wanted to have my music video, my first music video based off of the movie Set It Off. And so what I did was I said I want this concept, and I came up with a bunch of other ideas and stuff, and they sent it off to directors, and then the directors wrote treatments based off of the ideas that I had, and I ended up going with the ends, and they killed it. They killed the video. It looks great. I said I wanted my first video, to look really cinematic, like a movie. You know, I didn't want to be like, oh, bring out the dancers walking down the street. So I wanted it to be like a movie, an experience, and so, you know, because that's what type of person I am. I'm really creative, and so I was definitely very involved in the process of my video, but ultimately the ends directed it. And One Night is not a love song. It's the first time I've been asked that question. It's not a love song. Um, it's mainly a song that it's geared towards telling, because a lot of men feel like they rely mostly a lot of men rely mostly on stuff that they have, or money, or material things to get girls. And not every girl needs that, you know. Some girls got their own stuff, they got their own money, they got their own material things, so, you know, sometimes, you know, they just want one night. So it's definitely not a love song. It's fun. It's just a fun song. It's, you know, it's about fun girls that, you know, they got their own stuff on their own.
Are you concerned about that?
No, because when Bad came out, everyone was like, "Oh, she's a hoe." So I was like, "Well, okay, whatever." I mean, I'm not a hoe, so it doesn't bother me if people say that. But honestly, like, women think that kind of stuff in their heads. They do. They might not say it out loud, but and it's not promiscuous. It's not a promiscuous song, but it's about, you know, one day I might feel like, oh, I'm thinking this, and so I write a song about it. You know, one thing I love about the mind is that people can think whatever they want inside of their own head, and nobody ever knows what you're thinking. I mean, I know there's some girls out here thinking freak, some really freaky stuff, and everybody does. And so I'm not afraid to, you know, I'm an artist, so I just like to put that into my music. I may not say it in a normal conversation, you know, talking to my mom and my dad, but I will put it in my music, and I'll be the girl that speaks for a lot of girls that feel that way. Rico, Love, and Division One produced One Night. I actually got in the studio with Rico, and I was sitting down at the piano. I was playing these chords, and he put some drums and production over it, and we co-wrote the song together, and it turned out really cool. I don't rap on every song. I have some songs where I just sing, but if, you know, for my fans that have been following me since I was in college, I was actually, my first YouTube video that I posted, I was sitting in the stairwell of my college dorm, and I was rapping and singing on the guitar. And so, you know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you rap now?" I'm like, well, that's like the first thing I was doing. I started off rapping, and then I started mixing rapping and singing and playing guitar together. So yes, I do rap on the album quite a bit, but it's not on every song. It's like 50-50.
Would you consider your album?
It's not R&B, because, you know, you hear One Night and it sounds like an R&B song, but it's kind of got like pop elements to it. And there's songs on my album that have hip hop elements to it, but I'm the type of artist where I like to combine different genres of music. So if it sounds really R&B, it might have some poppy aspects to it, or if it sounds really hip hop, it might have some poppy aspects to it. So it's like R&B is hip hop and it's pop, but it flows together. It makes sense. It's not like, oh, I got one big old pop song and then one hip hop song. Like I like to put them all together. So if I have a hip hop beat, then I want to put pop vocals on it. That's how I like to write my music. So it's like a different kind of style. It's different. When I was in college, obviously it was just me and my guitar. That's all I had, and so I didn't have the means to make these songs on a bigger scale. Until I signed my record deal, I started working with other producers like Rico Love and Swag, which is another new producer that produced a lot of stuff on my album. He's really dope. But that's when I got the opportunity to like make those songs really come to life, and it's not just acoustic anymore, or maybe it's not acoustic at all. But I feel like it's definitely evolved in a sense where it's not so one-dimensional. Like I said, it could be hip hop, it could be R&B, it could be pop, it could be all of those things in one song, and so that's definitely how I think my sound has evolved. Because back then, all I had was an acoustic guitar to do stuff with. Well, I used to have real short hair, and sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I miss my short hair, but I cut my hair off when I used to tell my mom there was this girl on America's Next Top Model. Her name was Naima. She was like season 1 or 2 or something. It's like season 1 or 2. She had this cute faux hawk. And I was like, Mom, I want to cut my hair off. And she was like, you need to wait till you move out the house. So as soon as I went to college, I cut my hair off. And then I kind of, I got tired of short. I just got tired of short hair, so I just wanted to switch it up. So I switched up my hair. I got like at least $10 from my record deal. So I went shopping, got some new clothes. I'm pretty much the same. Like, I've always had the same type of style, kind of like effortless. I don't like try to do too much, but yeah, I kind of kept it in the same realm. It's just kind of on a flyer scale, I guess. Oh, I mean, ever since I was younger, I mean, I've always known someone who has natural hair. So I think that's always or dreads. Like, I've got cousins that got dreads all the way down their back. They've had that for years. My hair is natural right now. I have a sew-in, but my hair is natural right now just because, like having friends and stuff that are hairstylists and, having to do so much. You have to get your hair straightened and done so much. It's just like not good for your hair on top of having a relaxer. So I just decided to, when I had my sew-in, I just let my hair go all the way natural. So it's like, it's all the way natural now, but I didn't know at the time. I thought I had to relax my hair to get it straight. And then when I got it done and they used this really good straightener and they were straight, I was like, it looks like I have a relaxer, so I guess I don't have to get a relaxer. So I don't miss relaxers, but I think girls with natural, I like weave. I think girls with, when you have short hair, it depends on the texture of hair. Sometimes you have to relax it. Like when I had short hair, I had to relax it or else it would just be, real nappy in the back. So I like natural hair. I like braids. I like all black curl hair. It's all cool. Yeah. No, because at the end of the day, Bad is just one song. And I know what kind of music I'm capable of making, and I have a lot of music on my album that I think is extremely amazing. Like I can write 20 songs like that, so it's not hard. So basically, Bad came out over a year ago. I took my time with writing my album. It happened really fast for me. So signing my record deal. I was in college, I was in my dorm, and then Bad came out, and it just hit me. And I really needed a second to just discover who I was as an artist, what I wanted my sound to be, so it wasn't all over the place. And just I needed to experience things as a person because I was in Indiana my whole life. So that's what I did. I took time and I recorded my album. And I did a lot of my album in my house in Miami. I had my engineer come through to the house, and I had a little setup, so I did a lot of my album in my pajamas. It was really comfy, and it was cool. I had to experience other stuff. If I would have put out an album right after Bad came out, I don't know about that music. I don't know if it would have been amazing. I feel like I really had to evolve as a person and as an artist. So no, I definitely don't think that I have to hurry and put out an album. I have a lot of good music, and that's what people care about. They care about good music. We don't have a date for the album yet, but my single is out, and you love it. Thank you. It's on iTunes, and then my video's out as well. And we're gonna continue to just push out content, push out music, and we'll have a release date soon for the album. But I've got a lot of really good music that I'm really excited for people to hear. So I think it'll be well worth the wait. She just kept it real. You know, Lauryn Hill, she's really smart. Like the way she writes her music is really smart. I don't like typical. The reason why I like to write a lot of my own music is because I don't want someone to just hand me a song. It's because I don't like typical writing. It's got to be real. It's got to like come from your heart, and it's not just stuff like, oh yeah, I'm gonna say this because it rhymes. You got to like really feel it, and that's how Lauryn Hill was. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, like it changed how I saw music. Like it's just like the best. So, and also artists like India.Arie. You know, India.Arie was like that as well. And I've said this before, that a lot of people that love India.Arie don't like ratchet music. They're like, oh, I hate that. But I love that. I love all of it. I like India.Arie and I like ratchet music as well, because I want to take those two worlds and combine them. Like, I like how real, like the realness of those girls. And that's what I liked most about the 90s girls, like TLC. You know, they were just some tomboy, crazy, sexy, cool girls. And they were just having fun. And, well, while they could. But TLC is like one of my faves, one of my favorite groups ever, and I got a lot of inspiration from those girls because I was like that and I could relate to them, and that's why I like them, and that's why other people like them, because they could relate to them. So if that answers let me tell you something. I'm a church kid. Listening to my music, you probably may not know, I ventured off just a little bit, but I grew up in church. I had to go to church every Sunday morning, every Sunday night, every Wednesday. And my parents were actually my Sunday school teachers. So Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond, Kurt Carr, Mary, like everybody. But I think my favorite gospel artist was Kirk Franklin, just because he had Kirk Franklin and the Family, he had New Nation, like he just always made really strong. It was like real big gospel music. Like everybody knows. There's like certain like stomp, like stomp. Dun 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 dun. Makes me clap my, like everybody knows that. Everybody grew up on that. If you grew up in church, you grew up on that. So I was definitely inspired by that type of music, and I love gospel music still to this day. So it's just so much passion in gospel music, and then it just has an amazing message to it as well. So I think my favorite gospel song is it's Kirk Franklin. But it's a song called "Now Behold the Lamb." Like, now behold the Lamb, the precious Lamb of God. It's old, 90s. Like I think it was like one of the first Kirk Franklin albums. But I love that song. I also love I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. Yes, I love that song. I love it. Yeah.